My guy.
My guy.
Appreciate you.
Right, for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. So look, man, this is for the record. We just want, get to know what you was listening to growing up, what you was watching. What really molded you from entertainment, you feel me?
No, for sure, let's get it.
Okay, absolutely. So look, Carter's Visions, you know what I mean? We here. You got into music, you doing cinematography and everything.
Yeah.
But before that, you had a basketball career.
Yeah, I was a basketball player at Lake Clifton. That was really my ultimate goal, for real, to just play ball, take care of my family, things like that. But in all reality, I'm 5'11". It really wasn't realistic for me at all. I went to prep school, kid named Day. To this day, man, I'm super close. He's like 5'7", doing windmills first day of practice. That's when I knew I had to pick something else eventually. So it was a blessing in disguise for sure.
Absolutely.
I still got it a little bit.
For sure. So what was it like, growing up in your household? Talk to me. Was Sunday cleaning music, things like that going on?
Honestly, for me, it was different places, different music. So my grandmother, she was big on gospel. My mother more so like Lauryn Hill, R&B. When I would be with my father, the little time I was with him, like a lot of Jay-Z, Nas, so I got the best of both worlds. And then my grandfather is like jazz, different stuff like that. So I really had all four different, aspects of music, not just one. So that's why I really love music, and it kind of made me the creative that I am today, to where I can connect certain things and different vibes, and I'm comfortable with doing it. I don't just like one side of music. I feel like when you're an artist, when you create art, all that shit matters. So it's to me, I love all types of music.
I love that. So you mentioned you had 4 different genres basically when you was growing up.
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
Probably hip hop for sure. I think that's always gonna be my top favorite. As I gotten older though, turned 24 Friday, I think R&B starting to be more like I could just think, clear my mind type shit. In the beginning, it definitely was hip hop though, my youngest. It still is, but I feel like hip hop really ain't the same as what it used to be. I still sometimes, for the just nostalgia things, I go back and look at old Jay-Z, old J. Cole, Nas, things like that. 2012 J. Cole, even when he was dropping his mixtapes, I feel like that was like music. Kanye West back in the day, Meek, all these people, even Drake back in the day. I feel like a lot of music now, I can't really connect like how I could back then. So that's why I'm kind of going to the Scissors and
right.
people like that, because it's kind of, even like Khaled's and who else fire? Bro, there's a lot of R&B guys that's really killing. Giveon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that I feel like are killing in that lane. That's kind of drawing me towards that a little more than hip hop in the game.
You mentioned, gospel and jazz. I know when I was younger, it's not really what I wanted to hear. But when you got older, is it something you start to appreciate a little bit more?
Definitely. I would say jazz more than gospel.
Yeah.
Gospel is good to listen to, but you got, be in that mood, you know what I'm saying? So for me, jazz is more so my older side, I might smoke a cigar, drink wine and things like that. It kind of put me onto that older side of me, just tapping back into old artists and really trying to connect with them. So I feel like for me, that was something I kind of got into as I got older and just on a grown man level, man time. So I think that's something that was big for me. Okay,
and then you got into cinematography. How did that come about? What'd you do into that?
Bro, I went to Lake Clifton, so I went to school with a lot of killers, thugs, stuff like that. So I always wanted to do it. I could just never really express it in the way that I wanted to. So I had homeboys back then when I did, when I would try to do it, people would probably laugh. It wasn't cool back then. So when I did it, I said I would do it, they'd be like, "You just gonna be a cameraman?" They laughing at it like that, but it took for somebody to kind of make it cool. There's people like Clay Stacks, Just, who else? It's I can name a whole city. James Jones, George Tarrant, there's a lot of them, but I feel like through the trial and error, all those guys kind of made it cool. And if I forgot something, I apologize. But all them guys super dope to me.
For sure. And then what was some of the films you was watching? Maybe something that made you say oh shit, this is something I kind of get into.
I'm Bane. My cousin Tay, when he looked at this, he gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. When we was in I think probably 9th grade, we went to go see this movie called Perfect Match.
Okay.
It had Cassie and Terrence J in it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, right, he was a camera person, but I looked at his life, I looked at how he lived, and if you go back and watch that movie, bro, he was a slick entrepreneur, bachelor. That's how I wanted my life to be, and I kind of lived up to it, but that was the goal for me when I saw it. I'm like, damn, he a cameraman, he got his own business, he still get chicks. like it's possible to, you know, still be yourself. And if you get the right chick, she gonna like you just off of the strength of what you're doing, and you know, you're creating art. So I looked at that and it kind of molded it. And then once I got older, it was just like, all right, let me put it in the work. And I kind of made it like my own thing.
Absolutely. Like, what are some of your other favorite movies other than Perfect Match?
Shit, Paid in Full when I'm on that. Like I used to work in DTLR, so it's like a window. I swear, every time I watch Paid in Full, I look at that part when like the money falling down. I was working in DTLR grabbing shoes just like 2019. I'm still taking pictures, but I just wasn't good in the city at the time. I was chasing like, I gotta get better, I gotta get better. So, you know, I would look out the window like, I gotta get this money. I'm making $200 bi-weekly. That shit really wasn't cutting it. So, you know, for me, Paid in Full definitely. And then you got Brown Sugar, Love Jones, shit like that. That's like more on my softer side when I'm being in a relationship or something like that. When that come about.
Not a lot of men necessarily would be like, you know, they would openly admit Love Jones or Brown Sugar. You know, what about those films really, like, you know, drew you in?
I feel like, honestly, if you look at Brown Sugar and Love Jones, all that shit is towards the culture. Yeah. Like, if you look at the music from the soundtracks, if you look at the way they filmed it, it's all about, you know, Love Jones is basically telling you about a Renaissance black man. He took pictures, he was an artist, but he still showed you, like, I'm on man time. Brown Sugar, he started as what he was, like an A&R, then he went to executive. It's basically explaining how he loved hip hop and he went from X, Y, and Z. It's all about details, and you know, I pay attention to little details that make you follow through like what you're watching. And it kind of motivates you into like what you're trying to do. Okay,
so look, man, we kind of got to, you know what makes you tick.
Yeah.
Let's check out the store, see if we can find some of your favorite movies, some of your favorite albums. You ready for that?
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, let's take this walk. So look, bro, you know, we kind of got to know you as a person.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your music taste and things like that, right?
I had to leave Baltimore and move to New York. So, you know, in the documentary, it's like he just up and left, chased his dream. And, you know, at times I was an intern before I even was getting paid with me. So, you know, it was times where I wasn't getting paid. So those are the times, you know, I was just in New York living with him, trying to just really figure things out and just grinding every day. When he was making his album Expensive Pain, like I wasn't leaving the studio. I was getting in 7 p.m. and not leaving till 6 a.m. in the morning, like taking pictures all night. Like I wanted to show him that much, like how much dedicated I was, how much I really wanted it. And even though people was better than me, I feel like that's what surpassed me, you know, from a lot of other people. It was like I wanted it that bad, you know. Sometimes it takes that to get to the next level. Not really have an ego too, so I feel like I'm real down to earth. When you really get to know me, so I think a lot of people fuck with that too, for sure. So Kanye definitely inspired me, like, in a lot of ways.
So I'm hearing, you know, you mentioned, you know, dedication, sacrifice. A lot of these projects, you know, that's what it relates to.
I got called weird in high school for listening to this.
The miseducation of Lauryn Hill and niggas called you weird.
I went to Lake Clifton.
True.
Yeah, so niggas didn't even know who she was. You get what I'm saying? They was listening to like Moose, Scooter was lit back then. Yeah. But I had like a lot of OGs, like my OG Will Butt, he played for the Nuggets for a long time. He would be in the car with me and we'd just be like listening to this. Like I Gotta Find Peace of Mind, different songs on the album that was like speaking to me. So it was like he kind of helped me too, like, you know, understand music at a young age and helped shape me into understanding what you really listening to, what you really consuming in your head. And, you know, just it helped you understand who you is as a man too. So I feel like it's empowering, you know, for a guy that's coming up. Right. So it's a super fire album.
Something else is like, you know, I kind of want to mention, you know, you said on your mother's side, the R&B was heavy.
Heavy,
you know, is this something she kind of introduced to you?
Yeah, like John Legend, Music, Soul Child. Like on Saturdays, I might go to the hairdresser with my mother. I'll be listening to that the whole morning. So yeah, at the time I hated it, but when I got older, for some reason it kind of like sat with me, so it was like I appreciated it that much more. Right. So for me it was like, damn, I kind of like it. And you know, usually like when chicks like now, they might be like, I don't really listen to that. I kind of get like turned off a little bit. Like, what you mean you don't like music like this? Like if I gotta put you on and you don't really like shit like that, it probably ain't gonna work because we just not into the same like vibes, I guess.
Right.
We ain't gonna connect.
Okay, and then we got, Jay-Z's The Blueprint. I know, this don't got December 4th on it.
Yeah.
But is that a song like you kind of correlate with your birthdays being similar?
Yeah, December 4th, it was kind of like, in the beginning, his mom, Miss Gloria, she kind of was just telling him, how she always knew he'd be special. For my mom, I was born December 8th, so she always kind of knew, like, I was her only kid. I was a knucklehead growing up, but she always said, like, I'd be special and I'd be big one day, so. This album right here, fire. This not the Black album, but I feel like this album got a lot of stuff on here that's like,
Yeah.
It changed my childhood listening to my father and things like that.
Yeah.
H to the Izzo, all that
Right.
stuff. It's definitely like a changing the game.
What's
Shout
cool
out to
about
Hov,
this?
too. Happy birthday, Jigga.
What's cool about this drop on 9/11. You know what I mean? People still went out to buy this album during the whole
9/11.
disaster.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about his impact.
Story, even with this, like this album means so much more to me now because from listening to it from like a kid and then in my later ages, first time I met Jay-Z, I was 21 and he was like, first thing he told me, he didn't even like know my face yet when I walked in. And I had like the CV hat on. He was like, "Hold on, you Carter?" He just gave me like a hug, like, "Yo, you dope as shit." That was like one of the special moments for me that kind of like solidified me and made me feel like, oh shit, I belong here.
Yeah.
I was 21 when that happened, so I'm about to be 24 now. Man, Hov had way more moments after that, so that's pretty cool to me to have, somebody like that look at my work and like.
And yeah, just to see that, there's pictures on your Instagram of Hov, you know what I mean? Yeah. And Hov don't take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, that's my OG for sure. He definitely like a private person, but for him to even allow me to be in his space, always show me love when I see him. That meant a lot, and shout out to Meek too, because without Meek, it's not even like a whole thing. Meek always, yo Hov, look at what my young kid from Baltimore. He always doing that. Even one time, like I was at dinner with Hov, and Meek ain't even know. I walked in, I'm eating dinner with Hov, like Meek walked in like, damn Carter, you really on some, you get what I'm saying? Slow stuff like that be like, it'd be big to me, and it'd be like special moments, cause I come from Lake Clifton, and for you to do that and come from the inner city and try to really do that it just means so much more to me to try to help other people get to that and for them to feel like. Yeah. For sure.
Okay, you mentioned it, so we gotta ask the question. 500,000 or dinner with Hov?
I already did the dinner, so I ain't gonna take the 500. I don't really, honestly though, bro, I'd probably take the 500 if I didn't already have the dinner. I say that because I don't think nobody in this world is that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it takes for you to actually be around it, for you to just feel it out, and it don't feel like anything, It's people are people, and I feel like that's why I remain, where I'm at today for so long and still growing, because I don't look at nobody like, I respect you, if you did X, Y, Z, like, but I never look at somebody to that point where I'm taking a dinner over $500,000. That's insane, and I don't care what type of, nah, champ, I could look at some podcasts or whatever, but nobody's that big. And I feel like the moment you realize that, you're gonna up your level, because you gotta look at yourself like you him too, and that's how I always remain.
That's real shit.
Whenever I'm in them rooms, they feel that and they fuck with it.
For sure. So look, talk to me, like what was like on your pre-game playlist when you hooping for Lake Clifton, man? What was you listening to at that time?
Shit, back then, I was on my credit shit back then, man. I was on some Young Moose. Scooter was hot back then. Schooler was hot. I was on some shit like that, but then I would switch it up to Drake, and Meek was heavy in my playlist, super heavy. He came out with he was coming out with bangers. Dreams Worth More Than Money, Wins and Losses. All his mixtapes was flames at the time. He was coming out with super fire shit. That was probably heavy. Like, it motivated me a lot. When he came out with the joint, Lord Knows Victoria Lanes, that was like my workout song. Like, I just got motivated, like, cause you could feel him. Like, one thing about Meek, he gonna rap so hard where you feel his soul when he rapping. Like, so that was always like connecting for a kid like me back then. For sure. Yeah. So look, we kind of got to know you, what was going on from music and basketball and movies and all that. Let's kind of get to know like your work. You cool with that? Yeah, for sure. Come on, man, let's go. Time for Film Fortune. Look, he used to make in movies. It's time for him to pick a couple movies. He got $20 and he got to choose a couple movies from that list. That's all he can do is only $20 worth. All right, man, let's see what he got. All right, so I got $20. I'm definitely going drumline for sure. The Wood, House Party, Get Out, Coming to America. So I'm at $5 right now. Damn. Gotta add paying for. All right, I'm at 15. I guess I'm gonna have to do. Damn, can I take something off? All right, let me take Get Out. That was kind of demonic. I'm gonna take that out. No, I'm gonna add that. Fuck it, I'm gonna add it, and I'll take New Jack City. That's my $20.
It's for the record.
So look, bro, you know, you mentioned Meek a lot, man. You work with Meek. How did that come about?
Honestly, just me being in the right place, right time. I was like 20 at the time, so I wasn't even really old enough to even get in clubs, but happened to get in the club, the guy Ronald Cut, shout out to him. I did a video for me, he ran in the club. Somebody wound up giving it to him, Larry Morrow, shout out to him too. Next week, I happened to be in the A again, and this one I had to like jump the gate. I had to jump the gate to get in the club called Opium. I wasn't old enough, so it was like, security like, no, you can't get in. Jump the gate, security chasing me, but the club's so big. It's like COVID, so everybody had money. I never seen a club this big, so I bust up the security, get through. I lied to the security. They like, yeah, who you with? Like, I'm in the Meek section. I'm like, I'm this cameraman. I wasn't even this cameraman yet. Lied to get in this section. I showed him a picture I took last week, and then I waited till like 2 o'clock in the morning. He got there. He forgot who I was. He was like, who cameraman is you? And I just had to mention some shit like, hold on, I was just with you. Like, don't kick me out. And he let me stay. And from there, it just been, yeah, bring that kid card out. And from there, you know, it became my big brother. So that was like 2020 going into 2021, so a minute ago now. So
For sure.
you know, it was God's work. You know, I guess if you take risks, you never know what happens. So if you out there watching, if you got second guess it or just say do it, always do it, cause what's the worst that can happen? No.
Right, and that's real. You mentioned, you know, his passion. You know, you feel it. You know, what's it like? How does that translate to you with your work? You know, being around him so much. How does his energy give off to you?
Sometimes, even when I don't have energy, sometimes if we're in a booth, him just rapping or him just doing something for his family member or him just X, Y, and Z, give me the motivation when I don't have it. Cause it can get tiring, bro. Like always traveling on the road, not really getting sleep. Everybody think that you have all the answers all the time. Nobody really asks you like, how are you, or did you eat, anything like that. You know, it can be tedious at times. So, you know, those are some of the things that, you know, I feel like I pick up on, just how he reacts to certain situations, and I try to translate that to me. The good more so than the bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you worked on a Prize Picks commercial.
Yeah, for sure.
You got the legendary Cleon in there, man.
Meek picks a Sam. Too good to be true, baby. Daily fantasy. Hey, well, yeah, I got Meek picks. Pull over.
So you got what?
Meek picks. Yo, you don't like LeBron? Yeah, LeBron don't like you. I just had dinner with that man. Meek picks. Probably ain't got no TV in the house, so he don't know LeBron. I got Meek picks. Cause if I don't make it happen, who gonna make it happen? I'm gonna make it happen. I feel like I'm the cat. Meek picks a Sam.
Always out here selling something.
I think I know who that is. I hope that ain't the person that know it like it is. Something on dirt bikes somewhere. Meek picks.
Why you always capping?
I said I got Meek picks. I do know Meek. What you talking about?
I'm gonna call him.
Hold on, don't call him right now. Can you call him when you leave?
It's crazy. That's too good to be true.
I'm on the album Too Good to Be True. You ain't got no dirt bike to Willie? Now Too Good to Be True. I can't be a dream chaser. Meek picks. Meek picks. Crazy.
Yo, Meek.
Yo, Chino, what's up with you?
Why I run into the ball Cleon in my hood, man? He talking about he got your picks on Prize Pick for the week.
Oh man, I don't know no Cleon. Man, that boy ain't get no picks from me, man. Call me if you want to hear some licks, yo.
Yeah, I told him that was too good to be true, man.
Tell that boy don't follow the heathens, yo.
I bet.
All right, hit me up.
Yeah, shout out my man Just too, helping me do that. You heard me?
Yeah.
The great Justino, my brother.
Yeah, how did that come about?
Just he was like a super fighter. It's so crazy. It's crazy how God worked, because he did another interview for me when I was like, I would say it was in 2022. I was hot that year doing a lot of shit. He was doing the camera work back then, and I actually fucked with how he recorded this show, how he did it. It was super dope to me. So, you know, eventually we locked in and got things together. And I'm all about putting people on and trying to help them, you know, however I can, especially if you know more than I know, or I might know more than you know on the business side. We could always collaborate and help each other because we come from the same city. So, you know, eventually I want him to win, and every other camera person that come up behind me, I feel like when you're the only one that's hot, that's like a signal for just bad energy. You know, I want everybody to be stars in their own way, have their own brand, make it to the top. And Cleon, that was just something I felt like, you know, the city needed, because everybody in the city is super talented in Baltimore. It's just we need the right exposure to bring it out. To me, Cleon always been super funny. It's just nobody really tapped into it. So, you know, I gotta be the one to set the narrative, to tap in with clothing lines here, comedians, artists, however I can, because clearly, you know, the people that was in position before me, you know, in a little way, they didn't do it. So I feel like I'm the one that's done it. Even if I don't get the credit, I know I'm a real nigga, so.
For sure.
It's gonna be like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you talk about, you know, basically you mentioned your work ethic, right? What you got coming up 2024? What can you tell us, man?
Shit, man. Documentary, Netflix. Finally been working on that. Meek dropping his Don't Follow the Heroes project we've been working on since I was 20. Some stuff with Baby, me and him did. I dropped a lot of stuff this year too, though. You know,
Talk about that. Yeah.
Rallo, we did something. Davies, Baby, Fab, Ross, man, Ross got something. So it's definitely been a quiet year for me, more so because stuff ain't been dropping. But I definitely got stuff in the tuck for sure. That's going, like, when I pop it, I'ma pop it. Something I did with Dipset this year, that was pretty cool for me. Dipset was always some of my people that, like, you know, I looked up to. Yeah. Capo hitting me like, yo, I needed this. That was pretty. Oh yeah, Nav. Okay. Did some stuff with Nav. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Definitely got some fire stuff. And I want to get into more like commercials and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's next for me for sure.
Absolutely. So look, man, we kind of got to know about your work. It's time for our game show. Can you handle that?
Let's do it.
Come on, man. Let's do it. Listen, man, y'all know what time it is. It's that quick fire segment. Carter here, man, he gonna answer a couple questions and he only got a minute to answer them. If he don't get it done in a minute, I don't know, man, it's gonna be kind of crazy. But look, it's time.
Favorite clothing line, Infamous. Shout out to Craig. My fault, Craig. Shooting or editing, shooting. Chicken box or beef yacht, chicken box. Favorite camera brand, Sony. Favorite video you were involved in, sharing locations. Favorite local artist, YMC Ant. Jordan or Kobe, RIP to Kobe. Favorite director, Kid Art. Favorite Meek song, Lord knows. Favorite era of basketball, definitely 2000 all the way to 2010. Yeah. I think that's it.
Carter, man, look, we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, my guy.
Absolutely. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
This shit was fire. One of the best in the city thus far. Keep going.
Love, man. This is For the Record. We out of here.
Alrighty.